In this video, I'm gonna tell you all about the top 10 Ukrainian footballers in 2022. But before I start this video, I want to tell you that I stand by the Ukrainians in this difficult time, and I only made this video to respect the Ukrainian people and their incredible footballers. Marlos. Marlos is a 33-year-old Ukrainian right-winger slash midfielder. He's got a current market value of 3.5 million euros. He started his career over in Brazil at Sao Paulo, where in 97 games he scored 9 goals and gave 14 assists. Then in 2014 he moved to Shakhtar Donetsk, back to his home country Ukraine. In 287 games for the team, he scored a whopping 74 goals and gave 65 assists as well. But then early this year he moved back to Brazil to Club Atlético Paranaense, where in 2 games he scored 1 goal and hasn't given an assist yet. And in 2017, he celebrated his Ukrainian national team debut. He played 26 games, scoring 1 goal and 0 assists. Andriy Pyatov. Pyatov is a 37-year-old Ukrainian goalkeeper who's got a current market value of 800,000 euros. His FIFA rating is 76. He started his career at Wolfsklub Poltava, where in 43 games he conceded 41 goals and kept 16 clean sheets, which is very strong from a goalkeeper. And then since 2007 he plays for Shakhtar Donetsk. In 480 games for the club, he conceded 413 goals but kept 222 clean sheets, which is very strong from him. And then he celebrated his national team debut in 2007, the year where he signed for Shakhtar Donetsk. He played 101 games for his nation, only conceding 83 goals, and he has 46 clean sheets, which is very good as well. Taras Stepanenko. Stepanenko is a 32-year-old Ukrainian defensive midfielder who was born in the Donetsk region. He's got a market value of 6 million euros. He's got a FIFA rating of 78. He's been at Shakhtar Donetsk for all of his life, and he's their club captain as well. In his 358 appearances, he scored 26 goals and gave 22 assists, which is pretty good for a defensive midfielder. And in 2010 he celebrated his Ukraine national team debut, and in 69 games he scored 4 goals and gave 1 assist. Miku Chapuenko. Chapuenko is a 23-year-old Ukrainian central midfielder who's got a current market value of 10 million euros. His FIFA rating is 76. In 2015 he joined the second team of Dynamo Kiev. In 13 games he scored 1 goal and didn't give any assists for them, but in 2018 he was promoted to their first team. In 132 games for Kiev, he scored 18 goals and gave 14 assists, which is very strong. And for his home country, the Ukrainian national team, in 23 games he scored 1 goal and gave 1 assist, but because he's an upcoming talent, there's definitely more goals to come. Vitali Mikolenko. Mikolenko is a 22-year-old Ukrainian left-back who's got a current market value of 17 million euros. His FIFA rating is 76. He joined Dynamo Kiev in 2017. In 132 games for the club, he scored 7 goals and gave 20 assists. But in January of 2022, he signed for Everton for 23 million euros. He's currently played 4 games for the club, but has no goal contributions, but there's definitely more to come. And in 2018, he celebrated his Ukrainian national team debut. Until now, he's played 21 games for his nation. He's still waiting for a goal, but he's already got 1 assist. There's definitely more to come from the Ukrainian talent. Uemchuk. Uemchuk is a 26-year-old Ukrainian centre-forward who was born in Lviv. His market value is 17.5 million. His FIFA rating is 77. In January of 2017, he joined Dynamo Kiev. In 11 games, he didn't have any goal contributions though, which was very disappointing. So half a year later, he went to Belgium, to KAA Ghent. In 152 games, he then performed very well, scored 61 goals and gave 18 assists in Belgium. That was very good. And in 2021, he moved to Portugal to Benfica Lisbon for 17.5 million euros. And in 33 games for the Portuguese side, he scored 8 goals and gave 6 assists, which is very strong. And for his home country, Ukraine, he played 36 games, he scored 12 goals and gave 6 assists. Viktor Tsugankov. Tsugankov is a 24-year-old Ukrainian right winger who's got a current market value of 25 million euros. His FIFA rating is 80. In 2015, he joined the second team of Dynamo Kiev. In 5 games, he scored 1 goal and didn't give any assists. But since 2016, he plays for the first team of Dynamo Kiev. In 213 games for the club, he scored 85 goals and gave 58 assists. But he might not be playing much longer for Dynamo Kiev because he's got a lot of interest from big European teams, and since 2016 he's playing for the Ukrainian national team. In 36 games he scored 6 goals and gave 4 assists. Andrii Malenko. Malenko is a 32-year-old Ukrainian right winger. He's only got a market value of 3.5 million euros. He's 75 rated in FIFA 22. He joined Dynamo Kiev in 2008 with 340 appearances for the club, 137 goals and 90 assists. Those are very good stats. Then he signed for Dortmund in 2017 for 18 million euros, but he only played 26 games there with 6 goals and 6 assists, which is very disappointing. And because of that, in 2018 he moved to West Ham United to the Premier League for 23 million euros. At West Ham he played 75 games, 11 goals and 7 assists, which is pretty decent. And for the Ukrainian national team he played 106 matches, which is absolutely incredible, and he scored 44 goals and gave 24 assists. Ruslan Malinowski. Malinowski is a 28-year-old Ukrainian attacking midfielder who's got a whopping market value of 30 million euros, which makes him the most valuable Ukrainian player. He's got a FIFA rating of 81. He started his career at Shakhtar Donetsk, but he was loaned out a lot. From 2016 till 2019, he played at KSC Genk in Belgium. In 135 games for the side, he scored 30 goals and gave 32 assists. And since 2019 he plays for Atalanta Bergamo in Italy, where in 117 games for the club he scored 28 goals and gave 21 assists. And for the Ukrainian national team he played 45 times, scoring 6 goals and giving 6 assists. Alexander Zinchenko. And the best Ukrainian footballer of 2022 is of course Alexander Zinchenko. He's a 25-year-old Ukrainian left-back and central midfielder. He's got a whopping market value of 25 million euros. He's got a 79 rating in FIFA 22. He started his career at the Shakhtar Donetsk Youth Academy, where in 7 games he scored 1 goal and gave 2 assists. In 2014 he was then released from the Youth Academy, which caused a career break for him, but 1 year later he signed for Russian side UFA, where he scored 2 goals and gave 4 assists in 33 games. Then he moved to Manchester City for 2 million euros only in 2016, but straight away he was loaned out to PSV Eindhoven, where in 24 games he didn't score a goal but gave 13 assists, which is very strong from a left back. Then in 2017 he returned to Man City and moved into the first team, and in total for Manchester City played 116 games. He scored 2 goals and gave 9 assists for the citizens. And he's the Ukrainian national team captain with 48 caps to his name, and he scored 8 goals and gave 3 assists for his nation. But before I end the video, I want to repeat that I support the Ukrainian people in this unprovoked Russian invasion of their sovereign country by the maniac Putin, and I respect all the brave Ukrainians who are resisting against the Russians and fighting for their country's existence. I stand with all of you and hope you can prevent Putin of destroying your country and you can remain the democratic nation of Ukraine. So if you enjoyed the video, then please make sure to like it and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and
Слава Україні! Дякую.